get the perimeter of this teleportation hub figured out. So, it needs to be... Gotta try and figure out my Minecraft circles again. Okay, yeah, this is looking accurate. Alright, so there's the base circle for the teleportation hub. Overall, more than sizable enough to be well decorative and look rather grand next to my house. There are way too many of these larvae popping up. How many memories have I collected? Only 2. Huh. Guess I need to do a lot more exploration. After I'm done setting up this teleporter hub, of course. Okay, yeah, I should try and make a pattern in the middle of all this. After I kill this other goblin that spawned next to my house. What the shit? I guess they just spawn where there's a lot of exposed stone. Actually, it's not much exposed stone. It's mostly clay right here. Where the fuck are all these larvae coming from? There's a void eye right over there. Hopefully he doesn't come across the river. What I've seen, they don't particularly like crossing water, even if they can fly. Maybe that's just some cool mythological reference stuff they fit into this. Actually, I just messed that up already. So I need to place some of that deeper. So I need to go and reforge that. And my pickaxe is already done. Oh. Quick and easy fix. Definitely needed the extras. Directional textures. I need glass to make this work properly, but there isn't any glass in the base game as far as I know. Because smelting sand just produces bottles for potions. I know there's a mod that does it, and I did have it installed for a short while, but then turned it off when I realized I couldn't get bottles. Oh. But apparently that's either been changed in the base game or another mod I picked up does it. Well, there's glass. Now I can make this look great. Sorry I keep disturbing your sleep, old dude, but you keep napping at the bottom of my stairs, so, nothing I can do about that, really. Okay, now I just need the platform around it. And all that will remain is the individual elementally themed sections. That was exactly as many stair pieces as I needed. That's nice. Alright, all that's left is the theme sections. I want the teleporter to have a solid foundation, so... yeah, that'll do. And then... alright, and then I'm making... an arch over it. That looks like it'll be pretty nice. Now I just need some stairs leading up there, and to use for the top of the archway. Perfect. Then... those and this. That's looking good. Put a few of these up here. And a few below. And now it's perfect. Although I'm going to do a little more with the ice yet. Wish I could turn this ice into this icicle formations I was breaking up. Overall, it's looking pretty good. Now I've just got to do the volcanic and the desert ones. Okay, so, I lost a bit of footage. Sadly. But I didn't do too much during that time, so let me catch you up. I installed a mod that gave me this impeccable looking kitchen sink that I can just throw buckets in and get water back. Excellent. Then, I ended up going into the, dungeons surrounding my tundra base and doing a good deal of farming in there. It got me some good results, obviously. My inventory is packed, and it's going to take me a bit to sort through. Of course, to get up to where I'm positioning my tundra base, I activated the tundra portal and also built the general shape for the desert portal, but I don't have the other end of it placed. I need to get more materials to finish the area around it. Still, I'm making a good deal of progress here. Now I just need to sort through everything in my inventory. I do have everything I need to upgrade my anvil, though. Let's just knock that out quick, and max tier reached. I can now craft adamantite and mithril. Looks like that requires quite a lot. What about the armorer's workbench? I need a lot of sturdy chitin for that, which is a material dropped by bugs in the desert. Well, guess I know what I'm doing. Because, yeah, I did also combat some, a good deal of outlanders in the dungeon near where I chose to put my base in the tundra. But now it seems that I've got my inventory largely sorted. And with the fact that I need chitin to upgrade my armor stand... yeah. Give you a guess where I'm going. Alright, made my way back to the desert. And I've already got monsters on my ass. Oh. Discovered a tortoise. Big, spiky shelled tortoise. Well, if there's no good structures around here that I can refurbish to use as a base... oh, found some clay, that's helpful. Then, I guess I'm just going to be building one from scratch, much like I did with the first. The question is, how am I going to go about that? Because desert building is something that I am not too experienced with. Because although I've been playing Minecraft for years, deserts are one place that I never really had any interest in building a base in. Which is a shame, because there's a lot I could have potentially done with that. It's just that survival in that area is particularly difficult, and the color palette is limiting. But at the same time, I feel a little inspired right now, and that might be partially because I was looking back on some of my old Terraria builds. And any of you who've been sticking around for a while might remember that I had a full Terraria playthrough series where I built entire towns in every biome. And, you know, that's kind of what I'm thinking I should do here. I'm not going to build an entire town, but I will upgrade the town that's over here and try to make life for the Farrens a little better. Although, actually, there is this really nice rock formation over here that would be pretty cool to build around. Let's take a closer look at that. Right next to the Farrens and a big cave entrance. So I won't be hurting for supplies. A little stream running right to here. Right across from the temple. The mud flat could be cool to turn into a farm. Run some water through there. Yeah, I think I can work with this and turn it into something real nice. Hey, if you're this far in the video, maybe consider leaving a like, a comment, and subscribing to the channel. And if you really want to help me out, consider following the link below to check out my book. I also do commissions, so feel free to contact me for that over any of my socials. Now, I'll let you get back to the video. Let's take a look at the map. This stream is shallow and largely gets interrupted. Kinda goes nowhere. But I could pretty easily make it branch off into the mud flat across here. Extend it both ways and fill it in more. Especially with the infinite water mods that I've got. One I applied that gives water similar properties to Minecraft. So it actually produces infinite source blocks, which would mean expanding this river would become pretty easy. And connect this one to South Central. And it's fully functioning. Just gotta connect this one to the desert base. And there we go. Quick and easy. Alright, next task, a whole shitload of terraforming and building. So, while I'm working on filling this in, I suppose I should answer some more questions from my viewers. So, somebody asked me about my top D&D characters I've played as, and oh boy, is that a tough and loaded question. So, I sadly have not played too many actual campaigns of D&D as a player. But I'll tell you what I can out of the characters that I've got. So, the first character I ever made for D&D was a half-elf warlock that I can barely remember anything about, because I played this thing when I was 12, and my uncle was the DM. He was the one that introduced me and my brother to D&D. My uncle was one of those DMPC-style DMs that had a habit of just throwing shit at the wall and not caring about the consequences. And then, of course, fudging rolls for himself constantly. We were playing 3.5, which made it quite the problem that he decided to play as a monk. If you don't know, 3.5 monks are broken as shit. Absolutely ridiculously busted. So that character was rather short-lived, partly because the last session of the campaign involved my uncle deciding that it was smart to throw a deck of many things at us. I ended up drawing the card that got my character's soul ripped out of their body and placed inside a crystal at the heart of a mountain on the other side of the world. Obviously, I did not enjoy that. My uncle, meanwhile, ended up supposedly drawing a card that caused his monk to immediately jump 10 levels. Sadly, I was too young to call bullshit on that, nor would my uncle have cared if I did. Huh. Got some eels spawning in this river I'm making already. Nice. So anyway, after that, there was another very short-lived character that I had a good deal of fun with. I got back into D&D through one of my exes. She was a rather good DM. And she allowed for a bit of homebrew stuff. As long as it wasn't clearly broken, but she studied whatever was given to her pretty thoroughly. So, I ended up finding a great homebrew for a chronomancy-focused sorcerer that was actually surprisingly balanced. She allowed for that, but that character only ended up lasting 5 sessions because I kind of joined that campaign last minute. My next character, this is a guy I was quite proud of making. So I was working with the early development 5th edition Artificer when they weren't quite balanced yet. And I ended up making a gnomish Artificer. Oh, what was his name again? Ah, yes. I named him Shay O. Anderson. He hailed from a rather well-known and infamous clan of gnomes, the Enders. Their clan did not have a proper name for many generations until one of his ancestors was hired to work as a mediator for a conflict between 2 warring warlock nations that were their war was basically threatening to kill off life in all of the surrounding nations. Their farms were suffering, their crops were all dying off, their livestock was mutating. So this Artificer was hired as a negotiations enforcer, and he enforced it by making a pretty huge bomb. This bomb was basically designed so that it could go off and destroy the entire negotiation zone and take out the leaders of both nations if they did not come to an agreement. In the end, the negotiations were not completed because he got so sick of all of their shit that he ended up just blowing up the entire place. So he ended up being named the Ender posthumously. Resulting in the Ender clan, and hence the eventual descendant Sheo Enderson. They ended up becoming a very proud clan of artificers. But they had a bit of a bad reputation. What for? Well, being incredibly eccentric and having a habit of destroying whatever places they're doing their research in. So they would often go overboard with their research, get themselves kicked out of whatever kingdom is hosting them, and eternally banned from it after making multiple major scientific breakthroughs that helped them in general, only to then destroy half of their work on the way out when they blow a good chunk of the place up. So obviously, yeah, this made for a very fun character. He was a drunken, Scottish artificer gnome who had a penchant for explosives and really loved his blunderbuss. And was allowed to, I was allowed to create custom elemental ammo cartridges for him if I got the right resources to craft them. Which made him a much more long-term functional character. But that was the last time I actually got to play a D&D character, and that was back in my semi-final year of college. It's been a while. Since then, I have largely been my crew's forever DM. And that's not stopping anytime soon either, because I have more DMing on the way. Including a particularly big project I think a lot of you are going to want to keep your eyes on. Because yes, I will be premiering some tabletop content on the channel. And it's going to be something unique. Thanks for watching, guys, and please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Envoy of Kairos for many more videos, ranging from gameplay to speed paints, my original Pokemon region, game concepts, and much more. And do try to remember the words of Kairos. Embrace every opportunity to better yourself and the world. You never know when a leap of faith will change your life for the better. See you again soon.